When it comes to Sanctuary, Margaret Qualley presents a dictionary-worthy depiction of a mindfuck that deserves to be noticed. To summarize Sanctuary, Hal is the heir to a hotel empire with over 100 locations, and with his father's recent death, he stands to not only become this new CEO, but also inherit at least $185 million added to his net worth. However, one of the things that may complicate this is Rebecca. Rebecca's a dominatrix who Hal has been using for an undisclosed amount of time, and she mainly goes off of a script he makes that usually deals with his father issues, but also other things that get him off or else messes with him a bit in a way that, is exciting for him. But with him becoming a CEO and all the responsibilities that come with that and the scrutiny, he believes that it's time to let Rebecca go, and she doesn't want to go quietly, if at all. So with her knowing all these dirty secrets of Hal, with her knowing how to manipulate him, she uses every trick, memory, and psychological mind game required in order to get him back under her influence and maybe exploit him in ways that would set her for life. So when it comes to Sanctuary, it's rated R, and that's for cursing. There's threats of murder with a knife. There's drinking involved, and in terms of sexual content, while there's no outright nudity, I don't think you've seen anybody's buttocks, penis, breasts, or anything like that. There are scenes which can be interpreted as rape scenes due to what Rebecca's doing to Hal. So the main highlight when it comes to Sanctuary is just constantly wondering, is Rebecca still doing part of her and Hal's game, or is she trying to be assert control? For when we see their first game, at least the first game that we as an audience get to see, it's established that there's a script and that sometimes Hal's script can be very elaborate. So with this being the final time, when it comes to Rebecca blackmailing him, when it comes to all that's going on, is this an extended script? Is she allowed to, since this is the last time, maybe go off script a little bit and really take advantage of this moment? It's really hard to say, and that's real plus, though I will admit, there may come a point where, similar to how your ego may lead you to think that you know how this is going to end, you know what's happening, but I think that's kind of where Qualley shines a bit, because of that charm she has, she's able to leave you a bit disarmed. It leaves you questioning, guessing, and even enchanted by her moves to the point where you lower your guard enough to think that she's not going to do anything serious. She's not truly trying to kill the man, blackmail the man, or even other means in order to get what she wants. But between the wild dancing, gaslighting, and all that, eventually you realize maybe you don't know everything. Maybe like Hal, she's just trying to throw you off so that when she really goes for the kill, and not the literal kill, but when she goes to really get a hold of you, you're so off balance, you're so vulnerable since you're not taking her seriously that she could easily snatch you. So the on-offense topic for us is that, honestly, you may feel like Sanctuary overstays its welcome. And the reason I say that is, while the performances for Rebecca and also Hal are good, one of the problems the film has is that it's in loops. So Rebecca and Hal go back and forth, and then she goes out to the hallway to leave, and then either she doubles back or else Hal goes and gets her, and then we see the whole thing over again. It's just now the situation has escalated. To me, and maybe that's just because I'm a fan of Rebecca's actress, I stayed on the hook and was interested throughout. However, I will admit, there were times where I wanted to so badly check my phone to see how much time was left, because after a certain point, it's just, when you have to have a film that escalates over a span of an hour and a half, eventually there comes a point where you're just like, this is too much, and now you're just desperate to keep our attention. And to me, in the most critical way to look at Sanctuary, it feels like a short that could have been 40 minutes, maybe an hour, but instead, because there's some unwritten rule that to be a movie have to be an hour and a half or something like that. The film decided to aim for that long, and that's why we got stuck with a movie that, as entertaining as it can be, after a certain point, it's just like, when is this going to wrap up? How is this going to end? Just get to the point already. Overall, when it comes to Sanctuary, it has a very interesting premise, but the problem is that it potentially overstays its welcome and exploits that premise to the point where it could become aggravating and maybe not as good as it could have been if it was shorter.